So Jasmine Brand here. I'm here with Nicci Gilbert. I'm excited to see you as always. I just saw you the other day. However, I'm so tired, and I know you're tired.
No, it's okay. Yes.
But I was just asking you off camera, where am I? Because I see. Let me tell you what I see. So when I came in, I saw like Zen sort of situations, you know, kind of get your center together, and then I see fantastic clothes, and then I see some Corvado stuff, and then I see some stuff that maybe I could wear, and then down the hall I hear people like, you know, in the studio. So where am I?
You are at my little, I like to call it my little baby Harpo, because I'm an Oprah stan. She just inspires me so much. So this is Corvado showroom we're in right now.
Okay.
Yes, Zen, that's exactly what it is. I don't necessarily consider myself any particular religion. You know, I'm kind of like, you know, just whatever's peaceful and wonderful, and I think Buddhism, you know, teaches some really wonderful breathing techniques and just slowing down. So when I come in some days when it gets hectic and I read all the stuff that the bloggers say about me, I go out there with my, not you, you've been nice.
I'm fair.
But I go, you're fair. So I go out there and breathe and meditate, and then I come in here and get it in. So this is actually over in this area is like all the custom stuff. This is some of our spring.
This is not Corvado.
This is all Corvado.
This is all Corvado.
Yes, all of this is custom Corvado. And then over in the corner over here, you actually see where I have some things that I buy from other retailers. Other, you know, vendors. So if a woman can't necessarily afford a custom Corvado piece, there are other options where they can get the look for less.
What's the price point?
The price point on the boutique items is pretty basic, same as you would like an Ashley Stewart or something like that. The price point on Corvado, because everything is pretty much custom tailored to fit right now, it starts at about $150 and goes up to about $250. Yeah, so I mean, for a custom piece that's made for your exact measurements, I think it's a pretty decent deal.
So how long has it been around? For a year now, or?
Not even. Girl, not even. We have only been around for we'll be a year in August.
Oh, okay. Well, because you know, if the thing is, if we're not watching you on TV, we don't know, or some of us don't know.
I mean, we launched during Mother's Day weekend, so it'll be a year of Mother's Day in terms of just the the birth of the idea, so to speak. But the business itself, which is an online business, has only been around. We launched in August.
Okay, cool, exciting. Can we talk about Divas and Cocktails? I want to talk about reality TV, but I want to talk about your other
Divas
brands
and Cocktails. Ever since I was little, I was the girl that got all my friends together in the garage, like, hey, y'all, we gonna make up a routine. We gonna get this on together.
You
know, so I'm always coming up with ideas and concepts, and I've always wanted to do talk show. I told you I was an Oprah stan. So I've always wanted to do talk. And I feel like, Atlanta has become such a hotbed for, really cool creative projects and stuff. So I reached out to Rodney Perry and a group of really amazing women, and I was like, hey, let's do something that is hot topics, something that is sketch comedy and funny. We've only aired the first episode, and you got to get the kinks out. But eventually we'll have sketch comedy, we'll have fashion segments, we'll have blogger segments, which we were lucky enough to have you, do a segment with us. And we just want to be informative, light, funny, and hopefully also a little intelligent. You know what I mean? So that we can actually have some stimulating dialogue. I don't think we see enough of that amongst, our people. What's popular is the opposite.
So online we can watch it once a week.
Yes. How divasandcocktails.com every Wednesday. Right after R&B Divas at 11 p.m. So it's kind of our Watch What Happens, Wendy Williams moment, unofficial. But we've been getting some awesome feedback, so I would anticipate we will have a network attached. Fingers, toes, and eyes crossed sooner.
Who's on Divas and Cocktails?
Divas and Cocktails is Stacey J. Johnson, who hosts Black Girls Radio, which is every Saturday at 2 p.m. Rodney Perry, who was on The Monique Show. My very good friend Hannah Casimir, who's actually a producer with Steve Harvey, and she's just from London, so she's our worldly sort of global diva. And Shanita Foster from Basketball Wives, and
from Football Wives.
Shanita Foster from Football Wives. And Shanita's from Detroit. Shanita just, I love her. She just gonna say what she gonna say. She is unapologetic. We have special fashion segments. Mr. Couture, who's a Bailey boy, does a fashion segment with us. And we just want it to be a platform for really talented, creative people to come and share their gifts. We're gonna do makeup segments. So if you're hot and you got a great product, or great idea, whatever. It's something to talk about. It's a platform. Nicole Garner from Garner Circle PR is my partner in this, and she's just been amazing with helping us understand what the brand could be and the direction that we can take. Anybody who knows Atlanta and worldwide, Garner Circle does not play.
And I dragged her out of bed for the interview. So
yes, so she keeps us very, brand, target certain alcohol brands, and not just alcohol brands, it's cocktails. So that's what we look for. But anything that will help to build this and build more brand exposure, that's our girl. So
okay, well, I can't wait to check the first episode. It just came out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We just posted the first episode. Don't be too hard on us. It's really cute.
Okay,
but,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, we posted the first episode, so I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Okay. Now, I absolutely want to talk about R&B Divas second season. It is all things entertaining. Only one episode, and folks are already buzzing. But let's just back up a little. You are co-creator.
I actually created the show.
Okay.
And I cast the show.
Okay.
I brought all the ladies on board, and then I reached out to Faith because I knew we needed an anchor. And she was, kind enough. Faith and I have been friends for almost 20 years.
Okay.
So, she's not about the BS. So when she saw that it was all pretty much together, and she saw the sizzle reel, we actually co-funded the sizzle reel, which is the...
was that expensive?
Yes, we flew folks down and put them up and paid for cameras and paid for editing and paid for
Okay.
So it was a real sizzle reel. Derek Blanks actually shot it and lit it.
Interviewed him earlier today.
Absolutely. Derek actually I met years ago before he did all the celebrity stuff, and I connected him with some really cool people, and it was like out of nowhere. So it was a real deal thing. Some people come to people with concepts, and some people come to people with content, and we came to them with content.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's how other people became attached, and it became the wonderful brand that it is.
Okay. What kind of control do you have? Do you have any?
This is where we get a little tricky. It was our first. I mean, we have an amazing contract in terms of thank God, any extension of the brand, any, spin-offs of the brand, we're attached to it for life. We created it.
Okay.
But one of the things that we made it a point of, people think that let me just address this.
Okay.
People think that we have the ability to go into the editing room and say, oh, no, take that out. No, we don't want that. No.
Okay.
If that did in fact happen, it wouldn't be fair to the other ladies who are our friends and our peers.
Right.
Because, I'd be like, ooh, my teeth look so big right there. I look fat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This wasn't a good day for me.
Right. So to stay neutral, I think that it's best if we're on camera to not have the ability or the right to edit other people or be a part of that. We did see the first few episodes of season 1. And then after that, I was like, oh, okay, so this is why I didn't see the other ones. But, again... we do have, creatively in terms of producing the show, and actually, I think everyone really produces their own story. You know what I mean? I think the producing part came up when I actually reached out to Monifa, who I knew would be open about her sexuality and be open about her struggles with drug addiction. And we reached out to Kiki, who I knew would be open about her struggles with domestic violence, and Selena, who would be open about her feeling of being underrated and undervalued. So I think once you bring women like that to the table, and it's their lives that we're capturing, I think that is when the show is produced.
Okay.
And every woman sort of produces her own story.
Okay.
As far as that goes.
But you absolutely cannot go inside the editing room and start.
I cannot go into the editing room and be like, no, I don't want that, no, I don't want that. And I understand why now. I didn't before because I'm like, I created the show, I should, Right. But I understand why now. It would not be fair for us to have that luxury, even as creators, because... everyone else is on camera as well, and you can't help but be a little biased when it comes to yourself, because I absolutely would not have allowed some of the things that were shown last season to be shown, especially those things that were not necessarily in the context of which they happened. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and that would have affected ultimately what was a great show. So I don't believe in regretting things. I did for a while, but then I got to the place where I was like, it's TV. Stop taking it so seriously. What do you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mom called me crying, like, that is not my daughter. You are the nicest person ever, and they're destroying you. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? That hurt me because I don't want to see my mom and my, my daughters, and, my husband has a very beautiful daughter. And I've been married 3 years, so my family members who haven't met me on TV via R&B Divas.
Yeah.
So that hurt me to the core. Because a lot of it just is not, and I know people say it all the time, but if you've ever met me personally, you don't need to spend but 5 minutes with me to understand that I'm not that girl. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a part of you. What we see, that's a part of you.
Well, let's say, for example, if you are in a situation where I'm very loud and passionate and I talk with my hands and I'm from Detroit, so people could take this interview right here where I'm talking to you, Jasmine, and take certain pieces of it and be like, well, damn, she was yelling at her and wouldn't let her get in the word edgewise, because it would all be me, which I do talk a lot. But I feel like what the essence of a person shouldn't be manipulated. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, loud all day. You know, I'm a director. I am the creator of the show, and I was in season 1 genuinely trying to prevent some of the things that you're going to see in season 2 from occurring. Some of the things that we had to deal with when the cameras weren't rolling. You know, some of the personalities that went way left, nobody ever saw that. So going into season 2, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my hands off of it. I'm going to focus on my businesses. I'm going to focus on my family, and I'm going to focus on myself. Did I look back at stuff on that show and say, well, you probably shouldn't have said that like that, or you probably should have thought before you spoke, or you whatever? Absolutely. Did I look back on it and feel like there were moments that I should have, you know, that I can, things about myself I can improve on based on seeing that? Absolutely. But I also looked back at it and said to myself, I feel a little betrayed, because as the creator and executive producer, I felt like there were certain things that were just, I mean, there would be moments where I would be talking literally behind the camera, and those things would end up as if I was talking to the group of women.
Right.
That ain't what I was doing. I was talking behind the camera to protect, you know, the situation. But everybody done been through it for season 1, so you protect your damn self from here on out, because I'm not getting in it. And that, you know, that's that.